I would assume that Mr. Kaliba is on the line to give us an overview.
I am here, but I believe Deputy Mayor Owens is going to start.
All righty, so much for assumptions. Deputy Mayor.
Good morning, Council. Good morning, Council President. We're here to speak with the Council regarding the budget for the Office of the Mayor. I think it is important as we look at the listing of the positions on the budget, just to clarify with you all which descriptions that are on the budget apply to which members of the mayor's office. So the mayor is obvious, the chief of staff listed here would be me. Director of mayoral initiatives is Greg Lowe. Executive assistant to the mayor is Corey Driscoll. Director of intergovernmental affairs position is currently vacant. That was the position that Evan held. Senior executive secretary is Haley. And confidential aide is Emma, who is on our team now. Any questions about just that clarity on that?
Where's Frank listed, Deputy Mayor?
So on the page 69, Frank is the director of administration.
Okay.
Okay. The mayor's office obviously takes on the executive role of administering the city operations. Each of us has a portfolio that we're responsible for. My portfolio includes neighborhood and business development, the police and fire departments. I'm also involved with constituent communication, working with Maria Maldonado Lewis on that. And Corey's portfolio. Corey, are you on the call? Do you want to speak to your portfolio? I don't see her. Nope. She is engineering, DPW, water, parks and recreation. Oh, Corey has a handful. What else am I missing, Frank, or Corey?
I believe you covered them.
Yeah. And do you want to talk about your portfolio, Frank?
Sure. So thank you. My portfolio is essentially the back office. Human resources, finance, IT. I've also worked with David Clifford on assessment. Those are the API team. Those are the major groups.
In the mayor's office as well, but you'll see they are in other budget lines that we'll be talking about later. In other budget hearings is our communication team. Greg Lowe oversees that team, as well as Maria, whose time is split between departments, but she's also in the mayor's wing, in the mayor's office. Any questions?
Not particularly on that part, but what I do want to ask you is that one position that you have in the mayor's office, you added it back into the proposed budget, so you're going to fill that position.
Which one is that, Council President?
I forget the position that you named that was vacant when you went down to staff in the mayor's office.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Frank, but it wasn't added back in. It's been there. Evan took on those responsibilities. It's vacant now, and we plan to fill the vacancy. Did I get that right, Frank?
You did, Deputy Mayor. That's correct. We renamed it we consolidated Evan's original position with the intergovernmental affairs position. So we went down one position last year during the course of the year. And so the open position is the Director of Intergovernmental Affairs, and that's the one that we're looking to fill. So it's a carryover.
Wait, Frank, what position did you consolidate with? I'm sorry, I didn't catch it.
There was a confidential aid position, I believe is what it was called, and an intergovernmental affairs director. And those two were consolidated when the intergovernmental affairs position became vacant. The aid position and the intergovernmental affairs positions were consolidated into a director of intergovernmental affairs, and Evan was seated in that position. So that's the position that's now vacant and we're looking to fill.
But Frank, looking at it, confidential aid is still listed on there. So
there is one
there's
confidential aid. There were two, President. So
okay.
in the previous fiscal year's budget, there were two.
Okay, because I'm still showing 1 for 1. Okay.
Yep, it is. There's one, and that position will continue.
What does that entail?
Thank you.
The intergovernmental.
No. The current confidential aid, apart from the one you consolidated.
Deputy Mayor Owens, you want to speak?
Yeah, she plays a major role in the mayor's office. She is the line of communication to the public who's reaching out to the mayor's office. So Emma does an amazing job of collecting all the information regarding any questions or emails or phone calls or letters that come into the mayor's office. And she makes sure that that information gets to the appropriate senior staff person and to the appropriate department head so that we can respond appropriately to the constituency and efficiently and as quickly as possible. Maria has a big hand in that as well, as she helps ensure we're getting back to the public. I'm sorry, Pastor. I called you Pastor Hogan, Councilman Hogan.
That's a good one, Deputy Mayor.
I saw the P, and I said Pastor Hogan.
Pastor Hogan, I love that. Gee,
Yeah,
I don't know. I am up for election again, so anytime you want to spread that around, that's okay.
Sacrilegious, Deputy Mayor. Sacrilegious.
Pastor Hogan. I know. Deputy Mayor, just logistically, whatever works for you. How is it working? How is this setup working for you?
The other member of the senior team is Kristen, obviously as corporation counsel, but she's in a whole nother budget. But and when I describe it, I think of it as that I have oversight of what I consider kind of the public facing pieces of our operation. So that's the police, the fire, NBD, all of the folks that are going out and engaging on a day-to-day basis, one-on-one and the like with the public. On the ground in neighborhoods, that type of thing. Frank, as he described, really oversees all the back office related operations that give us what we need to function. And then Corey is really the mechanics of city government. The only anomaly in her portfolio might be the recreation part of parks, but the bulk of parks is, the actual maintenance of the parks. So it really lines up with all of that kind of infrastructure related stuff that we do with roads and DPW and engineering and the parks themselves and the water department. So, and that's Corey. And so I think that kind of delineation of oversight over those departments is working well. We communicate well with each other. We engage and not to forget Greg and his team is kind of the umbrella over all of us to make sure the communications inwardly and outwardly are happening efficiently. But I think it works well for us, this setup.
Because, I just am more familiar with more of a linear setup as far as administrations go. Like, for instance, if the mayor is out of town, and I imagine the mayor lets the president of the Common Council knows when he's out of town. Is that true, President? President Hudson?
Yes.
Okay. Because I'm just wondering about the times we live. He's out of town. You're the operational. You guys aren't out of town at the same time, are you? You and the mayor?
No.
Okay,
No.
so you're the
And-
operational head, and then the
Yeah, and
president
while
knows.
he's out of town, like any one of us, we're never really unplugged. But
Okay.
operationally, to make sure that things are operating and God forbid anything happen, we know what the charter says. But as council president says, she's aware when he's out of town. When he's out of town, he's not unplugged, but we ensure that the city keeps rolling. Absolutely.
Okay. And Frank's sort of Alexander Haig, sort of. No, I'm only kidding.
Oh, I actually kind of appreciate that. Thank you.
I know
Pastor.
you would,
Thank you.
Frank.
Thank you, Pastor Hogan.
Okay, I just, yeah, like I'm more, I just think that, so I'm not, I wouldn't be comfortable having like 3 or 4 departments reporting to one person and 3 or 4 departments reporting to another person, because sometimes those departments have to interface with each other and a decision has to be made. I mean, just from my own operational experience. I mean, with Frank and his guys, it's sort of
Yeah.
different than the actual operating departments out there in the public every day. But
Yeah, I'll give you a great example. I went to a TNT meeting last night and there was an issue that was DPW related. I can easily get on the phone to Commissioner Robinson or I go to Corey, and either way it gets done.
okay. I know that sometimes equipment's got to be used from different departments to facilitate other departments' missions. So, okay. Well,
Yeah,
thank you, Deputy Mayor.
and Counselor, our senior team meets weekly, first thing Monday morning to make sure that coordination is happening.
Okay. Well, I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Mhm.
Thank you, President.
You're welcome.
So Deputy Mayor, just out of curiosity, I'm still stuck. I'm trying to understand the Emma position, Maria position, scheduler position, secretary. Are those all different, or is there some consolidation? I'm just for my own clarity.
The senior executive secretary is Haley, and Haley is the individual that's also engaged in communication that comes through the office, but her main job is to ensure that she manages my schedule, which is impossible. She manages the mayor's schedule. She coordinates with all department heads and senior staff to ensure that meetings are happening. She assists him with ensuring that board appointments are being made out in the community, which is a responsibility of the mayor. She helps with his correspondence, writing letters, the basic things that executive secretary would do. And then Emma really is the individual in the mayor's wing that allows us to respond efficiently and as quickly as possible and with the most information, to gather information from the constituency that reaches out directly to the mayor's office and to get information back to them. And also Maria's is in our wing and plays a huge role. Maria is the ball juggler kind of person, because her responsibility, all the flag raisings you see, the adopt a block program that's going on. Maria, as you all know, has 50 million gazillion Facebook followers, so she's the eyes and ears to the ground of our community. So she really provides us information and can get information back to the community, works with the communications team to also assist in that manner. But she is funded, and Frank, I'm blanking on this, between DPW and codes department. They split her time
That's correct.
because much of what she is engaged in has to do with needing community response between those two departments.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Any other questions, Council President?
I think we lost her.
Oh, we might have lost her. Anything on Council Driscoll or Paniagua?
I'm good. Thank you, Sharon, for asking.
Okay.
Yep, thank you.
Pastor Hogan's got services soon, so.
Pastor Hogan, you will never let me live that down.
The church,
We're never going to let Councilor Hogan live it down.
the church will never let you live it down, Sharon. That's the problem.
You imagine those services?
We had to hear from the Rosarian. I knew it.
Hmm.
Pastor Hogan has just been having a great day today.
Right, you're right, Counselor.
Yeah. Today with Clark Apanis, it was just great. With the marriage licenses and aspiration for him and all,
Job over
All
the
righty.
years.
Oh, we got you back.
Yeah, I know. I fell off, so I'm hoping I don't lose us again. So, yep, let's continue. Thank you.
Council President, I asked if there were any other questions, and I did not hear any others, unless you have any.
Okay, I just have a couple, right? I'm
Okay.
looking where it says the salaries on page 67, and it says, I'm looking at the actual for 20, and then the adopted is down, and the proposed is down as well. Is that for that because of that position?
I think the requested, I'm not looking at the book, I'm looking at the detail that the budget department sent me, and the folks from budget are on. Stacy, I don't know if you can help here. I thought we were up a little bit on the requested salaries for fiscal year 22, President Hudson, and that's due to a slight increase in the confidential aid position when we filled that, and the mayor's salary increase that the council put in place goes into effect.
Okay. And then I'm looking at the next line under contractual and other expenses, where you have the office supplies. For 20, they were the actual, and then for 21 adopted, it went up quite a bit, and the proposed 22 is up. So what is that? Because we're going to be getting back into doing business open. Did that raise the price?
The 21 adopted was 8750. The projected is 45, and yes, that has to do with COVID related. We just didn't need as many supplies. Maria uses a lot of supplies. Sorry, Maria uses a lot of supplies for many of the community facing activities we do out of the mayor's office. And then what we're proposing is less than the adopted 21 by about $1,500.
Okay, so the 45, the projected?
The 45 is the projected for this year, the end of this fiscal year.
Okay. All right, that's all I have. Anyone else have any more questions? Or is there more to your overview, Deputy Mayor?
I didn't have, I gave, and I don't know if you missed it when you dropped off, I gave an overview of all of our, myself, Corey, Frank, our portfolios.
I was there. I was
Okay.
there.
Yeah, that was all I had to share with you, unless there's anything else you want to know.
For me, no. To my colleagues, you have any more questions for the Deputy Mayor on their budget? Well, hearing none. Okay.
Be well.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Deputy Mayor. Thank you, Frank. Thank you, councilors. Have a great day.
You too. Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.